Hey guys, Electric Z here. I wanted to do a quick video about how doctors are pushing UFE for fibroids. Um, for those of you who do not know, I suffer from fibroids right now, which sort of led into severe anemia. Ended up in the hospital, the whole shebang, had crazy symptoms. But I feel that a lot of doctors these days they want you to do or try the UFE first. And I'm kind of iffy about that. First of all, let me just put a disclaimer. I am not a medical professional. Don't claim to be one. This is just based off of my personal experience and my research and the forums that I've been on and the women that I've spoken to and discussed this issue with. And basically, let's start from the beginning, right? The fibroids are actually tumors that grow in your uterus that's supposed to be non-cancerous, right? It can cause a whole host of problems: anemia, pelvic pain, um, goodness, deficiencies. It can cause, malnourishment. It can cause, prevent you from getting pregnant. They can do so many things. They can make you look like you're pregnant and you're not even pregnant. They can give you crazy cravings. It's a whole hot mess. So usually to alleviate all of these symptoms, either you have to undergo a myomectomy, which is when they actually cut the fibroids out of the uterus, sew the uterus back, sew you back up, and depending on if you do a laparoscopically, which is the robotic way, and they put a couple of different cuts on your stomach and they kind of go in that way, or if you do a full myo, open myo, I think they call it, where they give you sort of a C-section cut, open you up, and cut everything out that way. They usually do that like if you've already had a C-section, or if you have very large fibroids, right? So another thing that they are doing these days is something called UFE, which is UFE is basically when they put this sort of a sand-like material, I want to say, and they actually put it into your veins, and they guide it through a radiologist, an interventional radiologist, guides it through that tunnel, either through your wrist or through your groin. So it's uterine fibroid embolization. So it basically blocks up, they use some sort of sand-like material and blocks up the blood flow to the fibroids. So I've heard some things about that, some good stories, some bad stories. I am still considering both because I don't know which route I want to take, but they are also UFE. It's a lot less downtime. Like it's just supposed to be like 2 weeks or something like that you're down. Every woman is different, so it just depends on you, your body, your healing process, what was done. Here's my thing. They meaning healthcare professionals, are really pushing UFE, really pushing it. As soon as you go to a GYN or a practitioner, they're like, oh, you should consider UFE. I've been to 4. All 4 suggested UFE first. Sometimes they suggest other methods like wait and see or birth control. And the birth control, that doesn't work for me at all. It makes me completely sick. The wait and see method is not going to happen because I'm at the point where I am severely deficient in many areas, and I just have not been well. I feel like piss. So we're not going to do that, right? That wait and see method. But, you know, and I'm also out of breath all the time. That's one of my symptoms. So if I'm speaking a little slowly, it's because I have air hunger and I can't talk that quickly. So I'm speaking a little slow because, you know, I have to just take in my air. Another symptom of mine due to the anemia from the fibroids. I have a video about that, how I became anemic through fibroids, my story. And so basically, you have those two options, and then there's a third option, the hysterectomy, right? Which I want my uterus. I don't know, a lot of they keep asking, oh, do you want any more kids? And I'm like, maybe not necessarily, you know, I'm older. And they're like, so you don't want more kids, maybe you should go for the hysterectomy. And it's like, just because I don't want any more kids doesn't necessarily mean that I want my uterus removed. It just, I don't want that right now. You know, I don't, it's a lot to think about, and I don't want that right now. I know a lot of women are in my position where they're trying to decide what the heck should we do, right? You feel like crap, you're in pain, you want to go back to your normal, regular life, and you have to deal with this tough decision. And each one has its own set of benefits, its own set of possible consequences if things don't go right. And it's a tough call, you know, it's a tough call. I personally feel that the doctors are pushing UFE because of insurance purposes. I think it's a money issue. A lot of the insurance companies are not paying for, you know, just outright myomectomies or hysterectomies if you decide to go that route right out the box. They want you to try other non-surgical methods first, one being UFE. And I feel that that is wrong. If someone is suffering and, you know, maybe they don't want to take that UFE route, it shouldn't be in the hands of an insurance company to make a decision on your body. It should be between you and your practitioner, you and your doctor, you and God, right? And I feel like it's a big decision, and for it to be decided mostly on insurance and cost is a big thing for me. It bothers me so much. This is just my opinion. I don't know if this is actually true. I feel like because I'm on a lot of different forums and groups and all this stuff, and I talk to a lot of different women, and I'm seeing more often that women are taking that UFE route because they're guided in that direction, because the doctors know that the insurance companies are not going to approve straight out myomectomies or laparoscopic myomectomy or a hysterectomy, you know, whatever route you decide to choose. But that shouldn't be up to the insurance companies. That's not an insurance company. This is about people's lives, people's health, people's bodies, women's bodies, right? So I'm just here to have the discussion. Be sure to put in the comments and like and subscribe, by the way, what you have gone through, some of the issues that you've experienced with practitioners or insurance, or, you know, just having fibroids in general, and share with the world, because we don't know, you know, which route to take, because we don't know, you know, exactly how the insurance companies and the doctors are working. And another thing that I wanted to quickly discuss with UFE, I see also a lot of women who had the UFE and are experiencing complications. Like they have, you know, it's supposed to kill off the fibroid by reducing the blood flow or eliminating the blood flow. But these fibroids are relentless. They'll make another fibroid baby and have another fibroid just so it can get that blood flow. It'll, you know, still somehow gain access to a blood source somehow, they fight. And even after immediately after the UFE, or within hours of the UFE, you are contracting. Like, it feels like you're contracting. A lot of women experience that, where you're in severe pain, and they send you home. In most cases, it's an outpatient procedure. They send you home with a pain pack, or I don't know what they're called, but I forget what they're called, and medications. This medication then severely constipates you, or can constipate you, and then it's just like you're stuck with gas pains and constipation pains. And I just don't know what to do, because I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to have all of this pain and then have to go home in all that pain. And it is a shorter recovery process though than the myomectomy or the hysterectomy. So that recovery process is just, a couple of weeks maybe. A lot of women say maybe 3-4 weeks. They're at work maybe within that second week sometimes, if it's a sedentary job. But one thing I would like to urge women to do is to give your body that time to heal. Unfortunately, in addition to the healthcare system, you have to think about your job and the demands of your job, and a lot of times you have to do still, come in after, I don't know, whatever time they give you. You have to come back to work, and you could or may or may not feel like crap still, and that's with both surgeries. So it's really a tough decision, because with the myomectomy, that healing process is no joke. They go in, if you have an open myo, they go in through, that C-section area, cut through all those muscles. It's the whole thing just doesn't sound fun. Sounds like crazy. And I wonder, like, why do we have to even go through this? Like, it's just crazy. Why do we have to go through this? I'm like, they have so many miraculous medical interventions and new things that they have going on. Why don't they have something simple like a pill that you could just take without any crazy, because I do hear that they have some sort of pill that's supposed to shrink the fibroids, but it comes with so many. I was listening to the advertisement. They're like, may cause depression, may cause this, may cause. It's like, Lord, I just want something that I could just take and not have to worry about. Because you don't want to get cut open. You don't want to have an intervention radiologist come and do all this crazy stuff to you. You don't want to have a doctor to come and surgically cut you open and remove them. You don't want to go through that, and it's like, why? Why hasn't this issue been dealt with? I feel that if it were possibly a male issue, then we would have more resources. Who knows? Anyway, that's just my rant, just my opinion. Like I said, I'm not a medical professional. I don't know, many things that go into it. I just wanted to give my rant and my disappointment in, I guess, just the medical system. Also, the outreach, the resources, the information. They don't even know why the fibroids start in the first place, because maybe we could actually prevent them from starting in the first place. They just think it's the hormones. No one can really answer that. It's like, we need to put some more research into this, more funding, more efforts into finding out what causes these things and why do we have them in the first place? So we don't have to think about UFE or myomectomy or hysterectomy and then think about all the things that come along with all of those. We don't want to think about that. So if you're like me and you're just like, that feeling, it's like, jeez, then much love to you, prayers for you, whatever you choose. I wish you a quick and speedy recovery. And we have to all stick together. We have to all stick together, research, and try to come up with ways to also send information out there to other women, and provide, just more awareness about fibroids and all the things that can come with fibroids. I know so many people thought they had something else and turned out to be fibroids because they didn't know what they were. So with that being said, I hope I didn't depress everybody too much. My ponytail is coming out. But I just wanted to give, some insight as to what my experience has been, and some insight as to what I've gone through and what I've researched, and some of the options that are out there, and why I just felt a little bit that how, some doctors were kind of just pushing for UFE in some instances. And I almost feel like it's a short-term solution. I could be wrong. I could be right. You just have to do what you think is best for your body. Okay. So I'm Electric Z, and more power to more women. I wish you guys all the best. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys. Thanks so much for watching.